You thought young Jock and Kendra Robinson were finally stable? Think again, the truth will shock you for a while. It seemed like young Jock and Kendra Robinson had finally found peace. After all the cheating rumors, public blow-ups, and emotional chaos, fans thought the couple had settled into a calmer, more secure relationship. But just when everyone thought they'd left the drama behind, things took a wild turn that no one saw coming. It all started with whispers, small signs that something was off. People close to them noticed Kendra was becoming distant again. She wasn't as present, not as engaged. Jock, on the other hand, looked like he was carrying a heavy emotional burden. He smiled less, talked less, and kept to himself more often than usual. Nobody expected what came next. Let's make this clear. This wasn't a small disagreement or an argument that would blow over in a day. It was explosive, loud, and deeply personal. The truth didn't come out quietly. It hit hard and spread like wildfire. What happened between Jock and Kendra wasn't just a romantic breakup. It was a deep betrayal, and the worst part, it involved someone Jock considered a brother. But before we get into the shocking betrayal, let's go back to the beginning. From the start, Jock and Kendra's relationship had its ups and downs. People always talked about Jock's reputation as a ladies' man. Too many stories. Too many women. Despite all that, Kendra tried to be the anchor. She stuck by him, even when others said she was making a mistake. She forgave him, defended him, and kept trying to make things work. Behind closed doors, though, things weren't so steady. Trust was always a problem. Even when they appeared happy in public, there was tension behind the scenes. Every time it looked like they were making progress, something small would knock them back. A message, a missed call, a shady comment online. It didn't take much to make everything fall apart again. Lately, the red flags were impossible to ignore. Kendra seemed checked out during interviews. She didn't post about Jock like she used to. Meanwhile, Jock stopped mentioning her too. Fans noticed and started speculating. Then came the night everything fell apart in the most public and painful way possible. The couple showed up together at a well-known lounge in Atlanta. They looked good on the surface, but people who saw them said the energy was off. Kendra looked annoyed. Jock seemed on edge. The air was thick with tension. Everyone could feel something was wrong. It was the calm before the storm. And then it happened. In the middle of the crowded lounge, Kendra snapped. Her voice sliced through the music and chatter. She stared straight at Jock and said something that made everyone freeze. "You're a joke. That's why he's better than you." The room went silent. Phones came out. People turned to watch. Jock's face changed instantly: hurt, shock, disbelief. This wasn't a playful jab. It was raw. And it clearly wasn't just about Jock, it was about someone else. Kendra was comparing him to another man. That's when things really exploded. Jock lost control. Glasses fell and shattered. Tables were pushed aside. Security rushed in. People started yelling. Some were filming. Others just stared, trying to figure out what was going on. Kendra didn't flinch. She stood there, calm, composed, almost like she planned the whole thing. That's what crushed Jock the most. She didn't just argue with him. She embarrassed him in front of everyone. And she did it with a straight face. Just when it seemed like things couldn't get worse, they did. As security dragged Jock out of the lounge, someone new stepped into the scene, someone no one expected. It was Scrappy. Scrappy and Jock weren't just friends, they were like family. They had years of history, shared secrets, and a bond that went beyond music or fame. So when Jock saw Scrappy walk in, something inside him broke. He stopped fighting. He stared at Scrappy, his expression full of pain and disbelief. Then Jock said it loud enough for everyone to hear, "You've been sleeping with him?" The entire place fell silent again. Scrappy froze. He didn't deny it. He didn't even speak. His face said it all. And Kendra? She just smirked. That smug smile told everyone she didn't regret it. Within minutes, the confrontation was all over social media. Videos went viral. Fans analyzed every second. They replayed Kendra's words, zoomed in on Jock's heartbreak, and commented on Scrappy's guilty expression. Memes popped up everywhere, turning Jock's pain into a punchline. But behind the jokes, there was real heartbreak. Jock wasn't just dealing with a messy breakup. He was reeling from being betrayed by two people he trusted the most, his partner and his best friend. According to people close to him, Jock was completely broken that night. He went home and fell apart, pacing, ranting, throwing his phone. He kept saying, "Not Kendra. Not Scrappy." He just couldn't believe it. Betrayal hits the hardest when it comes from the people you love. And while Jock was falling apart, guess what Kendra and Scrappy were doing? They weren't hiding. They weren't laying low. No, they were spotted at another Atlanta hotspot that very same night, laughing, dancing, and having the time of their lives. Kendra was even wearing the chain Jock had given her. That was the final straw. Jock wasn't going to cry in the corner. He wasn't going to disappear. He was going to respond, but not with more drama. Instead, he started taking action behind the scenes. Jock had been supporting Kendra financially for a long time. He helped her with her business, gave her money, opened doors for her. But after seeing her flaunt the chain he bought her while being with the man who betrayed him, he shut everything down. He cut her off completely. Every dollar, every account, every favor gone. And Scrappy? He felt it too. Jock had helped fund his studio time, music releases, and even some appearances. All of it stopped instantly. Jock wasn't going to be taken advantage of anymore. But the story didn't stop there. Soon, new rumors started spreading. People claimed that Kendra hadn't just betrayed Jock emotionally, she had also been spending his money on luxury trips and secret getaways with Scrappy. Paris, Miami, Tulum, vacations Jock thought were for him, and Kendra turned out to be cover stories. Photos began to leak. Flight confirmations, hotel receipts, spa appointments, and they were all billed to Jock's accounts. That's when he brought in the lawyers. Quietly, Jock's legal team started going through everything: transactions, withdrawals, expenses. What they found shocked them. Thousands of dollars had been spent on gifts, flights, clothes, and high-end experiences, none of them for Jock. It was no longer just about cheating. Now it was financial betrayal too. People close to Jock said he was furious. He wasn't just hurt anymore, he was ready to fight back. He started considering legal action, not just to get his money back, but for emotional damage, financial misuse, and possibly fraud. And the internet? It couldn't get enough of the drama. Some fans stood behind Jock, sending him messages of support. Others couldn't believe what they were seeing. Everyone had an opinion, but one thing was clear: this story had layers, and it wasn't over. Just when people thought things had calmed down, 2 Instagram stories dropped like bombs. Kendra posted a black screen with just 2 words, "Excuse me." A few minutes later, Scrappy shared a selfie with a smirk and the caption, "Loyalty is everything." Talk about nerve. It was like they were mocking the entire situation, throwing salt in the wound. But Jock? He wasn't fazed. He had made his move. He was cutting ties, handling things the smart way, and protecting what was his. As for Kendra and Scrappy, the world was watching. No matter how many pictures they posted or how hard they smiled in public, people were paying attention. Every move they made was under a microscope. The fallout from this betrayal wasn't just emotional or financial, it was public, and the internet doesn't forget. Now, the once promising love story between Jock and Kendra has become a cautionary tale. A reminder that fame doesn't protect you from heartbreak, and even the people closest to you can turn on you when you least expect it. What comes next? No one knows for sure. But one thing's clear, Jock is no longer the fool. He's the man picking up the pieces, taking control, and refusing to be anyone's victim. And if Kendra and Scrappy thought they'd gotten away with it, they've got another thing coming. And just like that, what started as a love story ended in betrayal, heartbreak, and full-blown scandal. Jock thought he had finally found peace with Kendra Robinson. He gave her his heart, his trust, and even his wallet. But in return, he got backstabbed, not just by the woman he loved, but by the man he once called his brother. This wasn't just a breakup, it was a public downfall. And the way it all unfolded, brutal, humiliating, cold. Jock may have lost a relationship, but what he gained was clarity. He finally saw people for who they really were. As for Kendra and Scrappy, they might be smiling now, but the internet doesn't forget. Loyalty means everything in this game, and once you cross someone the way they crossed Jock, there's no going back. Jock is moving in silence now, cutting people off, cleaning house, and planning his next move. And trust when he comes back, it won't be with tears. It'll be with receipts, wins, and a level up no one saw coming. So what's the lesson here? Protect your peace. Watch the people you call family, and never ignore the red flags. Thank you for watching. If you were shocked by this messy fallout like we were, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more real celebrity drama, and drop your thoughts in the comments because we want to hear from you. Until next time, keep your circle tight and your tea hotter than ever.